Hello, everybody. How come? Okay, great, fantastic. How's everybody doing? Oh wait, there's okay. Time to do the obligatory. Oh, hello, Mateus. How are you? How are we doing? All right, I am going to put the post on the social media. Confirm that. Okay. That would happen. I know. It's just YouTube though. Rest of my life is fine. Fine. How about you? Thankfully, work has been very. I don't want to say slow, but fairly quiet. Relatively. I've actually been trying all the Becky Mastodon clients. I will not use any of the apps though. I mean, I only use Tusky because you can schedule. I almost never use it just because of the convoluted way my website used to be up. But you can't do that now, right? You type out, then you watch in real time. Well, you can't really. Mastodon. Go to Twitter. Go to Blue Sky. I have the link. I can hear myself. Okay, let's not hear my audio overlay on top of it. Um, okay. Sky post. Mastodon post. Twitter post. Great. Oh wait. Agenda for today. Now, I actually had stayed up late last night, probably until like 11 at night, doing probably what I should have done today, but I will try to explain what I did in very loose detail. Uh, okay, top time. Okay. I have not set up VS Code at all. I am literally starting from zero. So I don't remember how to download extensions. Well, we'll figure that out. Um I'll have to remember how to actually. Oh. Uh Oh, here we go. Finally. Bim. Oh great, which one is it? This one? I think this. I remember there being like two big ones. I think this is 100k downloads. Surely, if it has 100k downloads, it must be correct. Surely. Hit the install button. What? Been published by as is not verified. We don't control what they do. Fine. Oh, you need NeoVim? Check your NeoVim installation. Art. Okay. We're gonna do that. We're gonna play the game. We're gonna play the game. How many things do I need to install right now? This requires NeoVim? I mean, I guess that makes sense. Is it NeoVim? Find out. Always so much work. Why is installing things on Linux a pain in the butt? Actually, this morning I tried installing Audacity. The installed NeoVim requires XDG utils. The following is not provided. You must uninstall BusyBox. There has to be a better. Has to be not working. There has to be a better way. This isn't it. This isn't working. No, I don't want popular. I want Vim. Code in Python. Probably should some. The Vim mode for. No, it's this one. VS Code Vim. Why is this at like the bottom? It has more it has more downloads and it's at the bottom. Microsoft, fix your extension thing. Oh my gosh. Why? It says popular, but it's at the bottom. Oh. I love Microsoft. My favorite company. All right. How do you gotta make a project? How do you make a project? I'm gonna find. Go here. Oh, it's in. Oh, open folder. You not drag and drop in the Flatpak? VS Code provides the features to automatically execute. I don't have to do. Okay, get started. Choose your theme. Theme do I do? Dark, modern. Unlike some people. Okay, so this is a partial backup. This is not the full thing. It's also incredibly outdated. As junk like Blue Sky, not on here. My Blue Sky's not on here. It claims I still have an Odyssey account. That's false. And I will slowly bring articles in. But the benefit is of me staying up till 11 at night yesterday, because I'm totally not losing my mind, is you go. Well, you guys can't code here, but you just have to verify which articles have actually been touched. Okay. So, I stayed up. Oop, why am I opening it? Maybe? Hello? Oh, come on. Woo! Woo! Okay. Oh, great. How do you do word wrap? How come? Why is everyone so adverse to word wrap? Oh, but you should make your line shorter. We live in the modern day. How do we do word wrap? Word wrap. My dad stayed up until 12. 8. I actually never watched Stargate. But I guess I was. Speaking of stupid 90s TV shows, what was it? My dad used to. All right, my dad, bless his soul, has the worst sense of taste in the world. What was it? He would always throw on those really bad like Chuck Norris movies. Like he unironically really loved like those Chuck Norris movies. They're so bad. Like I don't. You can watch them today and probably get a good laugh out of them, but like. Then the TV show that he always like, I remember because we were a little weird because we had like a TV in our, so there's like the big TV, which is like, you know, the living room, and then the smaller TV, which is in the basement. And my dad would just do that when he's like, doing work or whatever. I go down into the basement and my dad is watching on the TV, but every time I go down, others to take the trash, say hello, whatever. There's always like the what was the show? Walker Texas Ranger. I don't even know what the show's about. I just know Chuck Norris is in it and he plays as Guy, and that's about it. It just seems like it doesn't seem like a very good. It wasn't very good, and also I was like, you know, I was young and wasn't very. I didn't really care. Like when you're like a kid and you're a teenager, you don't understand like a lot of these things. Like even like as a teenager, like I don't think I even knew like what good was. Like I remember watching like what was it? It was but I think as a teenager I already my my dad made us watch like the worst movies he would never show a child. It was like I shouldn't say worst. Some of them were good movies. He made us watch Red Dawn, which is like, hey, come on, you know that movie's not for children. Come up with the name. OG channel people will know what the name means. Doesn't matter. It's who I am. I go by many names online. Just the name that most people know me. Hello. Hello, Usopp. How are you doing? All right. So, because I know technically what you can do is you can write a there's probably some NPM programs out there which do some of this stuff. I don't use any of that because I was an idiot. So what I ended up doing was I had to teach myself the program Pandoc. This is dredging back old memories from my days in school when you had to use junk like LaTeX, but you don't live in that era. Uh, Instead, what you do is you have to convert the HTML into Markdown, which is what you use Pandoc for. That's this junk right here. And then you will be flooded with a bunch of commands, which are all just glorified grep commands. Like, I'm pretty sure, like, this is a grep command, this is a grep command. Like, all of these are grep commands except this one, which is just literally just pulling the folder name. Eventually, I should just probably recursively run this on. There's probably a way to just run a find. I think I wrote this down somewhere. There's like a find command. You run it, and then it opens every single folder that's in the current live version of the website. Opens every single one, and then what it does is it hunts down the index.html file, converts the index.html file into the folder name, which is why I included this here, because this is what generates the breadcrumb. The breadcrumb, in case you're wondering, breadcrumb is this guy right here. Basically, what the website uses to track where you are. Now, I've been debating about whether or not dashes are even correct, because while yes, it works on US keyboards, I am pretty sure there's something wrong with, there's nothing wrong with it per se, but like it's hard for people who aren't US keyboard users actually. I get it, it's hard. Because like, I think you blew it. Doing wonderful. How about you? I'm doing all right. Slowly putting everything back together. Now the images, the raw images, 3 of the raw images were deleted, which is unfortunate. But I believe all of the images of the current version are preserved here. So there is every image I've ever uploaded to my website is here. I don't know what this is. I don't even know if that's supposed to be here. Including all the tiny little built-in images, which I am worried that I will have to go in and manually do this over again. When I was actually quickly running over this page, this is why I have this page open. Iframes, so like the PeerTube video from here and the PeerTube video from here do not work. And code blocks and strict markdown do not work. So, because I believe in the raw markdown spec, they were never supported. So I have to manually go in and put the code blocks. So that's gonna suck. Where'd chat go? Gosh. Yeah, see? See? You know. And chat, see? Thing fog. You in chat, you're correct. This is why I've been wanting to move away from them. It's something related to it's international keyboard users. Just it's not fun for them, and I just don't know what the alternative. I mean, like, there needs to just be some others. When you're limited to all on Bazite, are you enjoying it? Shockingly, I am enjoying it more than I was Bluefin and Aura, by the way. Although that's probably just because I've noticed that you don't have to compile shaders as often. At least when I've had to play games, you do not have to compile shaders as often. But I've also noticed that when I've had to set it up for other people. And you're also probably wondering, why are you on KDE? Well, I'm on KDE because apparently right now there's NVIDIA drivers, 570, is it 570? Whatever the version number is. No. Am I? Yeah, 570. Yeah, the 570 drivers, they cause crashes on the current version of GNOME. So unfortunate. I'm gonna be KDE. I'm going to probably stay here until it's updated, which is in like a month. I mean, wasn't it, or is it this week? Usually, whatever. In a month, I'll probably try it. But right now, I need to get my life put. Sorry for your loss. It's just YouTube. It's really funny. It's only just my YouTube data. It's not like my personal files and like only whatever live passwords were not actively backed up. But that's like whatever. I got back into those accounts. That's whatever. And the most important thing, at least anyway, is how I'm wondering how did you get? I can preserve my image. Okay, I don't care. I'll probably talk about it later, but the 3D model was not long for this world. There's a multitude of reasons for that, but I think the big reason was the Unity game engine on Linux is the worst thing ever. And the Unity game engine is different depending on which operating system you use it on. So apparently the Windows version of Unity is the best one, and then the Mac version, and then the Linux version. But the Windows version is basically superior to all of them. Unity is how a lot of people who use like 3D models and junk do it. I mean, you could use something like Blender, but even if you use Blender, you need to convert when you export your 3D model, you're basically exporting it into Unity, and then you have to basically in Unity you have to optimize it in junk and do stuff that like basically prep it the same way like apparently a lot of artists who play stuff like VR chat, that's what they do. That's how that works anyway. I what's a muck switch? Looking this up. What is a muck switch? A dedicated? Oh, a dedicated from not having a muck switch? I mean, you can still do it in the command line, and I can confirm this with the GNOME version of Bazite. I'll show you right now. Pro tip for everybody, okay? If you're on KDE, you get a cute little tray icon. I don't think the tray icon works even if you use the app extension that's in Bazite and Bluefin. But it does work from the command line, and I believe Bazite and Aurora also have this too. So here's what you do. Okay, I'll have to remember how to do this because I forget every single time I do this. Supergfx.ctl. Remember this command well. This is basically the graphics switcher program that it's included in all of the flagship Universal Blue distributions. Very first thing you do is super GFX CTL -S, and then it will list the supported options for your GPU. Then what you do is you can also do get to see which mode you're in. You see I'm in hybrid right now. And then the next thing we do is I believe it is there's a way to switch and I completely forget what it no, it's super GFX is it hybrid? No, it's thing to set it. This is what do you do again? I don't remember. But basically, there's a page on I'm pretty sure there's a page on I hate to be the guy that says go read the wiki, but it is on the Arch wiki. It's in here somewhere. I need to do this again. -M. Wow, what? Okay, I'm like blind. Then you do dash M mode. Bam, changes your graphics mode. And you can do the reverse to change back into integrated as well. So if you do super, in my case, you do super GFX CTL dash M integrated, you change back to your integrated graphics. I have not done any serious battery tests to see if this actually like improves anything, but I can confirm, at least for a user-facing level, it does turn off the GPU. My computer makes a whole lot of less noise. Man, I wish I had this instead of the quackery that people had to do, that people in me for. Cry out of sanity. I I don't know what that means. Yeah, here's your little tutorial. Super GFX CTL. Do this, and I mean, I don't know how you install this um uh on any other distro. I don't know how it works. This is a very much a new concept for me as well. Um, oh, you have to install from ASUS Linux. Not running an ASUS computer here. And you have to enable the system D service. Oh, and you have a repository. Why would you hyperlink repository to? Okay, here we go. ASUS Linux. Just really. Okay. Okay. Okay, I see how it is. Okay. Couldn't you could have at least, say here, oh, here's how you do it, and no, okay. Okay. Well, I mean, at least he's an art user. At least they got that going. Does it say here? Oh, Germany and Korea. Back to work. So now what I need to do next is, now that I have all this written, I'll show you what happens. I know there's a way to do terminal code. I'm just very first thing, I called it T2 because I was just running a bunch of test junk. Run this command. Watch what happens. Wow, a bunch of text popped up. Well, what this bunch of text did is it actually generates assume all right. Generates a file. I don't know why there's another, why is there a whole nother like thing here? Oh, you know what? I was probably working on it earlier. I probably didn't delete the. Well, let's do it now. Bye. Try that again. Nope. That didn't do anything. Yeah. And here you go. You get a full almost reproduction of the page. Now, this is not perfect because you'll see here that the little try to explain. There's a little pound sign hashtag for the young kids. There's a pound sign here that is basically it's a permalink for all of the titles, subtitles, and headings. So it hops there, and then you can go to where you need to go. Problem is, in here, it basically just put it on every single title page. So probably when I run, correct. But basically, I can just take this file. I think this file is pretty. But I can probably automate that in here because I'm going to have to move this file. /v. It's going to put it there. That way I don't mess up links. Because here's another problem. When my website used to be written, I made the decision to change /videos into /v. Like I'm a Reddit user or something. I don't even have a Reddit account. I just lurk. People like, it's so funny. My mom was actually like, "Oh, but I follow stuff on Reddit." And it's like, "Yes, mom, but you don't need an account." Oh my gosh, so bad. All right, She's like, it's like how Twitter has brainwashed everybody into believing like, oh, you need an account to read. I mean, you do now, but like before, like they paywalled it, it was like, oh, but I need to read it. It's so hard. Opt out chat with it. Not free. Or Chan, no, Reddit. I was shocked to find out my mom was like trying to read stuff on Reddit. Like she actually like follows like forums and junk. I was like, what the? Apparently I'm the old one here. But yeah, she ended up making a Reddit account, and she does like, and oh my god, definitely the outlier when it comes to uh adopting new things. Taste. Oh, oh, that's just folder. So now it's localhost. Help if it was running, wouldn't it? Okay, so this is the raw output, the raw converted output, and as you can, oh, the code blocks actually work. Actually, are the code blocks working because they actually work, or are they working because... How's it doing that? How's it doing that? How does it know? Is it because it's HTML? Is that why? Is there just something in, like... Gotta ask questions. The code blocks didn't look like they were... I mean, when you use this preview window here, I don't think it would interpret them as code. Yeah. Oh. Yeah. Oh. How come these are code blocks? How does this make sense? How are these code? I'm not complaining. I'm just asking. How building your website, Hugo? Yes, I have for 2.5 years now, and all of it is now gonzo. At least the raw files are all marked down as all gonzo. I will still have to manually go in and edit crap like this because it's just double permalinking on itself. But and then I also have to still go in and add. This is I believe right here. This is supposed to be an iframe. Thankfully, we have the live version to compare to. So if I go to, I just hate this tab. I just yeah. Thankfully, we have permalinks. Hello, Emily. All right, we're going to go here. And this is gonna have to be manual anyway. There's not really a way to like not do this manually, which really sucks, but that's kind of how it is. But I don't think I should be even thinking about manual edits right now. Right now, I should just be thinking about how can I like, do this all automatically. Also, fun fact, PeerTube. Okay, let me show you what you do. Okay, you go to share. This works with mine too, but this is as long as you're on the most a newer version of PeerTube, this will work. What you have to do is you have to go to embed. They give you the embed. And then I usually hide, if it's my video, I hide the title, but if it's other people's video, I keep the title. So like if you go to like KDE's PeerTube, I keep the title just because like it's not the focus of the article, but privacy warning usually keep in peer-to-peer because you want people to get good load times and see your video and all that good stuff. Responsive embed, yeah, do that. If you have a responsive website, do that. I know people don't like responsive websites, but like it's just you do it for everybody. Okay. Now, the one thing about responsive embeds is I have noticed it does weird stuff with like when I do like vertical video. So like the way responsive embeds are handled with vertical video is a problem, but also subtitles. I don't even know if subtitles. Oh, so there are. All right. Subtitles. Then you can auto select subtitles. I do this with all of my videos. I subtitle all of my videos. I end up writing my own SSG. I don't know what. You go to Haunt. What is Haunt? Assume it's a builder. Nope. Nope. This isn't it. Haunt website. Nope. Static site. Ah, on. What does it look like? It looks like this. I don't like this. It probably doesn't look good on mobile. Find out, shall we? Forget how you do this. You have to change. Yeah, that's what I thought. I figured that out. You have to do. Gosh, what is it? There's a place, and here you change your user agent, and you laugh at all the people who. Oh, here we go. I don't know if I like this. Yeah, yeah. I mean, that's inevitable. I mean, it's also format. This might be too simple for my taste. What is it? What is that page? That 4chan page? It's like the best mother effing website. Yeah, that website. It's this. This is like that. I don't know what this font is. I could probably figure it out. Computed font. Linux Libertine. Wow, what a real Linux user. It's got Linux in the name. Oh, you must be a Linux user. It's got Linux in the name. Oh, wow. Our front end developers cooked. What's your opinions on LLM? Oh, I'm sorry. I'm going through chat right now. What is your opinion? Because I literally could not read anything. What is your opinion on LLM's impact on the software industry? I don't know. I don't work in tech. I don't know what to tell you. I actually know. I have a family relative who used to he used to work for the company that makes Wireshark. That's as closest to the tech industry I'm gonna get. And I also know someone at work. Her husband works for Google. Um, he's a nice enough guy, but eh, eh. Like we only met briefly at a wedding of all places. That was like whatever. Like I got no comment on it's all configured in Scheme. Okay, yeah, but basically this is just this. Oh, not that. Where'd it go? Okay, here we go. Yeah, because this doesn't have a favicon yet. Have to work on that. And then this will have to be manually edited. And I'll have to delete all of this stuff because this is like this stuff like right here is a clone of like what this is. So why does it I did this? Oh, I was probably testing um the verified links. But that doesn't matter because as long as I've learned that doesn't matter because as long as you just slap it here with the rel.me, good to go. You don't need to do any of that. I need to delete this. Yeah, because the live version is privacy policy. I don't even know. Did this even change between now and then? I don't. This is probably again convert it out. Convert it out. Don't think about the content. Think about the method. Don't think. Oh, is it? It's a Star Wars line, right? Am I thinking of Star Wars or am I thinking of Enter the Dragon? What is wrong with me? All right. Okay, so this needs to get all right. Let's not worry about those right now. So let's actually let's actually move the files because fortunately, maybe fortunately, not unfortunately, all of them live. All of the markdown is essentially congregated into this folder. Everything will eventually live in this folder, so everything that's in. Second, we do /b here. Oh, that's oh /v. Okay, the cover photo is not showing up. Why is that? Why is the cover photo not? That's gonna have to get fixed because the description got filled, title got filled, even the date gets filled. Oh, interesting. And my name's also in brackets. Why is that? That's not normal. Not in brackets. Brackets. Why is that? Is it because I put it in here. Probably. But then you can't see it. That's the problem. I basically write down how font matter. Okay. Let's actually read the fine print. Oh, I'm supposed to change. Is it because it's not in quotes? Oh. The brackets and the quotes are supposed to be switched. Paper mod is great. Also, hi. Hello, Barissa. Rissy? What do you think about the political influence? The growing political influence? What the heck does that mean? That could mean literally anything. What are we talking about? Are we talking about Linus? Are we talking about, like, what are we talking about? That could mean literally anything. Are you Alright, so these need to be switched. These two need to be switched. How do you make your taskbar look like Windows? This is the default taskbar of KDE. I have done absolutely nothing. Like, Bazite doesn't do anything either. This is quite literally the default KDE taskbar. I have no hotkeys. I am special. Did you know that, like, I also find it hilarious that, like, Linux users are, like, somehow, like, the most inflexible people in the world. They're like, man, why do I have to use GNOME? Why do I have to use Mate? Why do I have to use like Budgie? And it's like, I don't like this thing that this thing does, and it's like and it's like they're so obsessed with, oh, but I need my choice. If I don't have my choice, I don't know what to do. It's like, guys, come on. It's like, you have the choice, yet you don't know how to use. You can't use and live with any of the stuff that you like that is out of like your comfort zone. It's like insane to me. It's like, you know, that is proof, you know, that Linux users don't know how like normal people feel. Normal people don't get the ability to configure Windows and Mac. Yes, I know stuff like Stardock exists on Windows, and yes, I know you can use stuff like Amethyst and Rectangle on Mac OS. But most people don't know how to do that. And it's like just most people are used to being oppressed. And Linux users, the moment they're not oppressed anymore, all of a sudden they become entitled. It's like, what the? Come on. Forced polarization by marginalized group. What the heck does that mean? That could mean literally anything. I don't know what that means. Is this about politics? No politics allowed. The only time you are ever allowed to talk about politics, if it is related to something I've made a video on, and if it is related to technology. If you are not talking about, if you're here to talk about politics, get out, unsubscribe. You're not welcome. I'm sorry. That's just the flat out truth. Like, this is not a politics channel. You're not gonna see me watch like. You're not gonna see me talk about, oh, what's the latest thing Elon's done. I don't care. I'm just here to fix my website. Back to work. I need to switch these quotes. I need to I need to switch my quotes. Also, paper mod. Fun fact: I submitted a pull request. Nothing happened. I didn't submit a pull request, but I did basically upload code for an SVG file they could have added, and it never got added. So maybe I need to probably do it. You know, we're not here to talk about politics. No politics. I'm not. This is not the time. You can go watch CNN and Fox News. There you go. You got your fill. I'm not here to. Okay. So this needs to get deleted. This is unfixable. I need to just manually go in and delete this. Actually, this is the title, so that doesn't even matter. So that can get deleted. I basically just need to get down to this line here. And I don't even think there's a way to just find this line and just grab everything below this line. I mean, technically there probably is, but like there probably isn't. So those need to be switched because apparently I made an oops. To that. So this is author. A swap these two. Is this not work? Is the Vim keys not working? Hold them. F bracket. Oh, because I deleted it. End bracket. Damn. Fixed. Oh, fixed. What's next? We need to do... What does this say? Oh, that's another casualty of the website. Alt text. It's so irritating. I can't do alt text. Like, so the problem with alt text is I don't know where it got stored on the live version of the website, but I am pretty sure that it's the alt text for the cover image, and I guess this makes sense. The alt text for the cover image only appears if the cover image is either on the page or it's on the page generator that's on the front of the website. So all the alt text is lost, and that is going to have to be manually patched back in. But if I hop over here, so back to the script. This needs to get so cleanup time, delete the old generated markdown. Why did I? Yeah, delete the output generated mark. Oh, but I don't need to. This is me just thinking about optimizations like right now, and I should not be thinking about optimizations because I'm gonna like run this like a couple times and then I'm never gonna use it again. Oh, maybe I should just hold on to it, just in case. I in case this happens again. But there will be measures in place to make sure this doesn't happen again. So, cleanup time. We're gonna move the breadcrumb. We're gonna move it to, and this is gonna be an absolute path because the script is never on my computer. I'm gonna move it to here. If this should work. So that will move the script to be in this folder. And then when I basically recursively run, when I run this on pretty much every folder, it's going to go in. What was the other thing that needed to be fixed? You can fix that. Well, you can, but not right now. That's done. Okay. All right. Save my work. Copy this out. Why was I in this? That's why I say open source project. Cases for professional and skilled maintainers have been thrown out of big projects because they have differing issues. Too vague. I don't care. Also, what I also really can't stand is like the GitLab is not a like. Why do Linux users treat GitLab like? I want to say GitLab. That's a wrong word. Why do people treat like Git discussion? They treat it like a drama thing. Like it's kind of crazy. Like it's like the tabloid was it the tabloid? It's like kind of like the tabloid magazine. And it's like I know it sounds really slimy, but like the tabloid magazine industry does like a lot of that. Used to do a lot of that. I mean, they probably still do because I still see People magazine. I mean, the last time I ever read a tabloid was when Jeff Bezos's infidelity was leaked to the National Enquirer. that was a long time ago. But that was probably the last time I read a tabloid. That was like, when was that? 2018, 2019? That was like 7 years ago. Actually, let's look this up. F. Bezos. Oh. Infidelity. National Enquirer. 2017. 2017, like 8 years ago. Close all the tabs. Let's give the script a run again. See if that fixed. Well, cat's not working because I moved the file. So that's not a problem. Actually, I should just cat the new location. Just to see if just to verify. Just to verify it got where it needed to, but I don't know if that's like a content. D. Did it first. Verify its work. Whoops. Already opened that. Where'd it go? Ta-da! I got in the folder. And basically all the Markdown needs to... Hey, you are in a timeout. Okay. Alright, so... There is... Put that over. I was gonna play music, and I'm not playing. I'll just be... Have one window for every... Let's not worry about... auto doing. So... But if there's a way to get... If there's a way to go into... and just do this... There has to be. There has to be. Like, even if it attempts to do it on a folder and nothing happens, like, that's still good, because that means that it's working. And this does date back to 2023. In 2020. So if I run all... So I basically need to rewrite this. So that all of... If there's a way to just get into the folder... So there's like a for loop, right? How do you check if something's a folder? Something's wrong with the audio, sir? It's probably because I keep looking away. It's legitimately just because I keep running. Catch the VOD tomorrow. Thank you, Glenn. Catch you later. I will... I might try to edit down stuff, but I don't know how... If that's even good. Something's wrong with the audio. Yeah, it's because I'm actually... This is the thing. Sorry. Gotta do this. Okay, there we go. If I look away from my microphone, you will not be able to hear me. Because the microphone that I use. If I look away from the microphone, you will not be able to hear me. Happy hacking. Yeah, and now it's fine because I'm actually. This is like tunnel vision. If I don't face my microphone, it's like no one can hear me. This has been a thing that because it's very directional. This has been a thing when I've just done video calls with other people. Oh well, I can't hear you. And it's because I'm not facing my mic. So if there's a way to go into, all right, we're gonna look this up. All right, chat. What do? We go to Google or we go to an AI? I think we should have both if they're ready. Yeah. Fun fact: did you know Gemma 3 is broken? At least for me. I don't know. What voodoo do you use to do with the mic? Look away, no audio. I mean, it cuts out a lot of the room tone, which is why I do it. Gemma 2. Gemma 2 is actually my mic needs attention. Yeah, probably. Let's go DeepSeek. I don't have it. Again, I'm starting from scratch here. The tooltip. H.264 hardware acceleration is supported out of the box. Fun fact, if you use NVK, NVENC doesn't work. I mean, I guess that's to be expected. DaVinci Resolve and OBS still don't support NVK. I wish they did, but we're not there yet. Thankfully, I don't know if anyone's heard the news. Did you know that NVK is now replaced Nouveau? Awesome. Love to hear it. So, what are we gonna do? Write a shell script to see if a folder is file. Also, the problem with DeepSeek is it takes way too long. Oh, I mean, oh, that's that. Okay, that's a bad question. See if an argument is a folder. That's a me problem. Oh, you can do. That's right. It's -D. It's been too long since I've done this. Rip Nouveau, open GPL. You can use NVK. Actually, does NVK, is there like backwards compatibility stuff? What LLM are you running? I'm running Gemma 2. I wish I could run Gemma 3, but here's what's real. Let me close out of this. This is hilarious. If you run Gemma 3, this is with the latest version of Olama. It's like, sorry, it's not supported. So apparently they're using like some beta version of Olama or something. Or I need to like destroy the container and rebuild it, but I'm not willing to do that right now. Be a problem if I rebase to NVIDIA instead of NVIDIA Open. How come many distros have changed to the Open driver? It's because Nouveau's dead. NVK is the successor. That's why everyone's leaving Nouveau. I believe it is functionally the same, but it is more it's actually updated. Nouveau definitely was updated, just to see if things were able to get in booted working order. But that's about it. I mean, like, because you don't want people to be like people's systems to be like dead out of the water, like when they boot up for the first time. Like, and yes, I know most servers just install the proprietary drivers, same with people, but licensing, there's not much you can do about it. So, Nouveau is Nova. Oh yeah, that's right. I don't remember something. I don't read the news. I don't. Why is everyone Why is everyone so obsessed with the news? Hey, here's what's new. I went to the grocery store yesterday. Oh, news. Wow. Call the presses. So the AI said here use an if statement. Use an if statement here. And I think that is no, but you can just do this and then do like ampersand. Oh. What is it? Oh, that's just to see if the argument's. Yeah, you can just do this. Because you don't even need to do this if statement stuff. You skip that and just go to And then it will just be like, and then see if this runs, and if it's not, exit it. I Carl Jr. Wow. What? Carl's Jr. I haven't one of those in a long time. But I just need to make all of this a function. Is that what this is gonna have to be? I just need to make all of this a or should I just manually go to each and every folder and then, hey, go into this folder and then run all of this? Honestly, that might be what I do because I don't want to. I know it's 2 years worth of articles, but, like, I still just don't more complicated than it already is. I don't like make things complicated. Copy? How does this work? Can I hard link this? I think I can. Hard link, hard link. How do you hard link? Um, hopefully that worked. Yeah, so now I can basically just run it anywhere. Give it a name. Call it D Hugo. You know, if I was really being edgy, I would call it, oh, who's the guy from the movie? I haven't seen the movie in so long. I haven't seen The Hunchback of Notre Dame in so long. Who's the guy? Who's the guy? I want to do this to be fun. Who's the bad guy in The Hunchback of Notre Dame? Who's the guy? Who's the guy? What's his name? Who's the guy? Rollo. Yeah, I don't remember what they call him in the movie. Claude. The judge. The guy. The guy. I'll call it D Hugo. If I was really being edgy, I call it follow, but or not, I'm not gonna do this. Now, the hard part. I manually run this on literally every single file in my, actually, first, check to see if it works on one of them. Because we don't want any accident. Dolphin. Click. No. This should live up. Apple. Apple. Let's go over cut content. Fun fact about cut content. I'm probably gonna rag about this. Let's actually do it right now. I'll make a video out of this. All right, guys. Fun fact about Apple. This will never see the light of day because the original footage was deleted. I wish it wasn't, but unfortunately it was. Fun fact. Oh, can't have that copyrighted material. Fun fact about the Apple event, because Winward noticed this and he got it before I did, but I'm surprised he noticed this. This is a fun fact. Okay, you scroll over to where does it say it? There's a part where they show the phone. This is just me cooking conspiracy theories. There's a part in the event where they showed the time. Yep, where they show the time on the phone. This is not a good frame, but there's a bunch of other frames that. And if you zoom in on this thing, you'll see it says here Tuesday, April 1st. right? And Apple chose to do an event on February 19th. Interesting. And you go to your calendar and you look up April 1st. Hey, what do you know? April 1st is a Tuesday. Why did Apple release an event 2 months early? It wouldn't be because a certain orange man threatened tariffs on them, right? No, it couldn't possibly be. It couldn't also possibly be why the phone's $150 more than it should be. No, of course not. What's also really funny with this whole thing is you get to watch like Apple users gaslight themselves into thinking that like they need like Apple Intelligence. It's like, guys, it's just ChatGPT. You already have it. You don't need Apple for that. Wow. I love how sycophantic news. Fun fact about Apple: Tim Cook gay. Yes, he is. True Schizo Hour. Yeah, that's what this is. It's all just. I know this is a conspiracy. I know this is a conspiracy theory. But like this is like they clearly intended this event to be April 1st and they just shoved it out now because they need to get stuff out because they probably still have labor in China trying to just like they need to just finish off because they need to get their money's worth and they're going to get tariffed the heck out of. So yeah, of course. Why wouldn't they just get it out now? Get it all out now, and then you can make your money, and it's sort of like cutting your losses. All right, great. There's my conspiracy theory of the week. All right, back to chat. Man, I hate how DaVinci Resolve still runs OpenGL. Most of the time, it still grabs my iGPU instead of my discrete GPU. Other reason to change to my desktop, which is 6 years old, by the way. Hey, just like mine. Mine's like 7. Over D-Bloat Brave, sir, I did. I actually do use. I don't use this, but you can use this to be like an AI help assistant. And yes, it does a better job than Firefox's because Firefox doesn't let you add a toolbar helper like this. I don't like the default prompts, but it works. The D-Bloat Brave. I'm not a crypto bro. Of course I D-Bloat Brave. I don't want to support their stupid crypto thing. I don't want it. I need to get chat back up. I know I'm running Brave, but it's just because I haven't been able to set up Firefox. Need more RAM? What do you mean? I have 32 gigs. I don't need more RAM. Plus, like, in order for me to talk how I'm talking right now, I don't need RAM. Well, as much RAM. I think all you need is, like, the fun fact about this, you need to have, like, STL2, and then, like, also I can't read the fonts, so I had to download an Ubuntu container just to read the fonts. I also overkilled in Brave flags. Yeah, there's a GitLab of, like, various Brave flags, but I haven't gone that far. Yeah. Actually, where is it? In Firefox. Yeah. Go back. Go back. Apparently, there have been problems with opening Firefox. So if opening Firefox, there's like what? Yeah, I don't know. I swear I was doing testing of this, and now it's not here. I probably did it before I nuked my computer. Okay, that's whatever. I can pull that from a cloud backup because I have my. Oh God! Did you know Firefox added a weather widget? It's so stupid. Look at this, the weather widget. I don't actually live in Chicago. Like, look at this. Why'd they add this? AccuWeather? Come on. This is me being salty. Then I had to just scrub the preferences to look for how to remove it. I haven't started on this yet. I need to. I should. I'm probably gonna make a video out of it. Maybe you can guess why. Serious talk. I hope Ladybird's good. Yeah, well, I did, because I'm a nut. I was listening to that podcast all last night. I see you've already installed Molvad. Yeah, I have. Because Proton VPN on Linux is dog crap. No need for Firefox? What do you mean no need for Firefox? It's like literally like don't all these people who are like, oh, but I usually use Florp, the Zen browser, LibreWolf. Don't listen to those people. You don't need them. Like, I mean, maybe the Zen browser if you're really that obsessed with that workflow, but there's probably a way to do that with an and it's like just rip all the stuff out of Firefox if you're on user.js. It's fine. Tried Zen browser? No. I'm not I'm all that DNS. You can do that. That's complicated because I believe they tell you to turn it off. If support time, support time. We're gonna look up. There's a. But you said in the thing. Oh, okay, we're gonna look this up. So when you set up the Mulvad browser extension, I believe they tell you to turn off DNS over HTTPS. If you are not connected to Mulvad, we recommend that you enable DNS over HTTPS. Yeah, if you're not connected, but there's like they made a thing. If you are connected to Mulvad when you are using then the extension will tell you to disable Mulvad. Yeah. Brave is kind of a fork. Bad site Nobara. I mean, Nobara is not really a fork. It's just Fedora with a bunch of stuff on top of it. Not really a secret. It's got like 17 like copper repos on it. Never. Very few exceptions like Brave. I mean, Brave's fine. Yes, I know they were funded with Peter Thiel money before someone mentions it. I don't. What am I going to do about that? And then you basically just go and you turn it off. I'm pretty sure I remember this because when you open the browser, they like actively like flash like a thing at you and basically say like, please turn off DNS or HTTPS in this like the only setting. I think I mentioned that in my video. Like that's like the very first like if you're a Mulvad user, you're supposed to do that. It's like it's kind of weird. It's a little funky, but I know why they do it. It's just because like there's less travel time. My work uses Chrome because students turn in work on freaking Google. I mean, probably a Chrome. Oh. That makes sense. I mean, I mean, at work I use Microsoft Edge. I don't worry, I know the feeling. That's it. You gotta use Microsoft Edge. You have the believe it or not, it's hilarious. I find it funny that like I know Microsoft provides that little like Teams button or whatever, but like I have like never opened that in my life. I only use the standalone version 2 app. It's very funny. But I do actively try to avoid Outlook. I hate opening Outlook. It's like the worst thing ever. I actually just use the web browser. I just log into my Microsoft account in Edge. I cannot. I'm so done with like Microsoft pulling shenanigans of Outlook. It's like I'm the one guy using a Linux laptop because they don't issue laptops under jobs training. Oh, so it's like a whole like BYOD. Yeah, my I don't work for like for work. I don't have like I don't want to say I work for like the biggest company in the world. Definitely not. Like I'd say like under 200, but like they still issue computers to all of us. But it's not as intrusive as and it's like yeah, they have like Sentinel-1 and all that stuff on there. But IT was gracious enough to actually debloat Windows for us, at least to a degree. Like, they turn off telemetry. They have to do, like, a bunch of junk to, like, so people don't accidentally update Windows. Because, like, they disabled automatic updates, and then they manage it through, like, something else, probably Sentinel-1 or something. Yeah, very funny. I know I just, in my work, just uses Sentinel-1, but, like, come on, that's, like, hundreds of companies in this country. Is like, worldwide. Like that's like saying your company uses like Microsoft. Or maybe not, but like same kind of deal. Do you think Windows makes something like UBlue? If Windows makes something like and it really help out the work apps that need very old dependency. All of my jobs use some of those, and it was dog shit. Yeah, that's literally my job. What was it? We had to use so a couple years ago, this was an outdated thing. We don't use the software anymore because it's all web based now. But we had a database software kind of deal. I won't say for what you, but we did have a database software that was Windows only. And now we had so my company actually jumped to a different provider now, and that provider actually has just a web front end. You just open an Edge and it just works. It's like wow, what a concept! I know Windows was it Windows 365 is what Microsoft wants to like do that, but again, you have to pay for that. You have to have a business plan. It's not going to be a thing for end users, and I wish they would advertise stuff like the Windows Sandbox a lot more often. I think that's such like a great feature. And I'm probably like the only person at work who actually makes use of the Windows box. So like if I ever get like emailed a link, I open the Windows Sandbox and put the link in because like I don't trust like I just don't want to get hacked. I don't want to be that guy. I don't want to be that guy running a Jellyfin server. What is it? No, I don't want to be the guy running a Plex server that gets LastPass hacked. It's everyone's crypto stolen. I don't want that. Like taking no chances. Yes, I'm crazy. The IT department knows that I'm crazy. Probably like the only like lay person who like willingly installed WSL on his computer. Because like I do use it to format like stuff for I do write like shell scripts and crap to like um format things, but you can also install something like Git if you install Git on Windows. They do include like a really basic like bash terminal. Um I'm the IT department. Hey, congrats. It's hard work trying to convince executives to like see the value in IT. I get it. It's hard. Like Like the IT department of my company is definitely underfunded. Like, and they're not the only ones. Like, there's a like if you work in like I know someone who works in like he works in like a public school district, right? Trying to do like IT support. It's like yeah, it sucks because like you have to convince, and it sucks worse for like public schools because you have to like convince them. Oh, you have to convince them you're spending taxpayer dollars on like oh you need to like not use like I don't know Adobe Cold Fusion for your school's website. It's like the worst thing ever. Then you're like telling them, "Hey, there are alternatives that exist," and then they're like, "Yes, but we have to spend taxpayer dollars on that, and you have to convince me to blah blah." I get it; it's tough. We do not get my company does not get we don't get such taxpayer benefits, but that's how it is. So with Firefox, I will go back. It's just I need to fix it. And honestly, why go back when there's the Mulvad browser for the Mulvad browser already does everything. Like Mulvad browser does everything you need to. Well, not everything. You can't watch like I don't know for all the gooners out there. You can't watch Crunchyroll. You can't watch Netflix. You can't listen to Spotify because it requires DRM, and DRM doesn't work in Tor and Mulvad. Doesn't work. Um, we can keep chatting while I just go through every folder. Oh, if there's a way to just how do you auto I'm cooking again. How do you auto complete this like the folder path? HCL. Did I know? Am I? Oh, I don't want to. Not, they need to pay me money. Actually, before I visit them, we're gonna have to pay me money. Sponsor me, and then maybe I'll visit. Oh, what the? Why that? Why that close? Anyway, here it is. Still do my taxes. Don't want to think about it. Not think about that right now. You. Yeah, I have to like mega zoom in on like chat because like I cannot. It's actually good because it's like on a separate screen that like people cannot see, and I have to like look away just to look at it. I mean, if I lean close enough, I can just look at it at the corner of my eye. If there's a way to detect folders, just do everything. Echo I. Done. Oh, this is fish. That's right. Yeah, I'm using fish. It's just because it's in Bowsite. I'll do. You need to do this thing, right? No, you don't have to. Do. Done. Yeah, there's something here. What the? Why'd it try to open Veracrypt? Funky. Oh, cause it just. Oh, cause it tried to run every single one of them as a command. Okay. Like, why did Veracrypt open? It's because it opened every single. It opened every single one of my stuff as a thing. Can't support you. Yeah, I'm sorry. I know. Hey, you being here support enough. You know, look, I get it. Economic uncertainty now. You know, times are probably gonna get tough. Like, but you guys being here makes it worth it, right? The world may be falling apart, but might as well just sit back and watch the world fall apart together, especially if it's mine. All right. So now that I got, so this basically just actually just do echo. Then this will generate a list. Yeah. Yeah. Awesome. That generates a list of all of them. And then I can run a for loop with a function and run a command that does every single one of them and then boots them all into that folder. And then all of my pretty much, I won't say all of my data, but most of my data will be moved. Then I have to manually edit each of it because that's not going to be fun, but I might just take some time over next weekend or this weekend to do it. Yeah, house has been a sick ward too. That's the whole thing. I mean, like, thankfully work has been slow. Yeah, I got all my data deleted and my house is a sick ward, but everyone's better now, though, more or less. My brother's still coughing up a storm. So I got all the names of the files. So I'll copy everything. I'll bump all of this over here. This should be a variable so that no, because I is the variable. So if we do folder name as the variable instead, so I know what this is referring to. And this should be at the end because this is the function. So for folder name in do, and it says echo folder name, but I can replace this to be the function. So I do function with the argument. How do you do that? I need to. It's been so long since I've done stuff like this. Actually, I hope that my... No, that doesn't even matter. I used to have a script which generated B-roll for me. It literally would just, like, you feed copyrighted, like, material into it. Oh, I shouldn't say that. That makes it sound illegal. It's not illegal, YouTube. Don't get me wrong. What you can do, to basically, strip video down, like, say, like, you need B-roll for something. What you can do is I had a script you could feed stuff into, and it'll just break a video up into a million pieces and generate a giant video file with just B-roll. Like, it was very rudimentary, though. And it also wasn't intelligent in any way whatsoever. Like, there'd be times when it would just, like, I made a video on this, like, Like you could just like it would just like there'd be like times where like there's a hard cut in the video and then like it just looks like there's a hard cut and it just looks jarring when like you watch the B-roll. So you have to still edit around that. Like generated B-roll. Like 2 feed cover. No, no, shush, shush. Keep your secrets. For faster workloading, yesterday we changed the firewall of the company. I needed to uninstall the VPNs from the new one on 300 machines. Yikes. What's it? Like, what's it, if you have to, like, you feel bad for, like, the guys who had to, what was it, a couple of months ago? Was it a month ago? That there was, like, a really bad, like, Sonic Wall, like, vulnerability? Yikes. Gotta feel for those people. So I have but I know how to get all the folders. The question is, how do I get... Oh, but what if I... Alright, so let me explain. This line right here is actually AI generated, because what it's doing is it's checking to see if it's a file name. But I can actually change this to be to look for the index.html. Hang on a second. Hang on a second. Hold the phone. What if I'm like, I don't need to script my way through this. What I need to do instead is I just... Hey, hold the phone. Hold the phone. I'm overthinking this. All of these files are just called index.html. Look at this. All of them are all just index.html. What if I copied every single index.html file? I don't think this is everything right here, but this is like most everything, right? I copy out all of these files, and then what I do is I convert them using the script. Is how many files is this? This is probably literally everything. 85. So this is 85 index.html files, right? And I'm hoping that if I... And then I run a for loop and run this script on all of them in a new folder, and then it just magically moves them to the new thing because this is an absolute path. Yeah. Yeah. I don't need to... I'm overthinking this. This does not need to be here, but this will need to be figured out, where this is like the argument, but this will have to come back because it's going to look for an argument, right? And then what I do is I run a for loop, run this script, and then the for loop will then open $1. So change right here where it says index.html, change this to be $1. Go back down, and then it will just automatically move all of them into the folder. Hey, your boy overthinking everything. All right, we'll just copy all of this out to here. Bam. Copy. Benefit of having file search, it actually works. You hear that, Windows? All right. So I don't want to do it in here. I want to do it in here. I'm going to do it... Why, that's open. Nope. I'll just make it. How do you get a new name? And we're just going to be doing this. Oh, you can do... Yeah. 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 All right. So now, if I run... Oh, guys, this is like... This has me going now. All right. We're going to do just basically everything HTML. Because I'm pretty sure there's like XML in here, but whatever. We'll just do it this way. Then we'll do dhugo $1. Following me? And then what this will do is this will run this script on literally every single one of these files. Now, the script checks to see if there is an argument. And then if I change index.html here, so everywhere where it says index.html here, I can change this to be from index.html. We're going to change this to be $1. This might produce some weirdness, but we'll find out. Okay, there's number 1. Cooking. So I need to see this line 85 times. You are cooked this week? Yeah, but look, it's working. It's working. Yeah, you don't need a shell script for everything. You guys just saw I ripped all of every single index.html file, and now I'm just running a for loop to go over every single one of them. But this should restore everything, unless it's not. I don't know if it's working, because it should be in this folder, and it's not showing up in this folder. Why is that? Unless does the move command not apply? Okay, it's not working. What do we got? Let's just run it on one of them. What is one of them called? This is just bash. Like a loser. So changing it from to $1 actually did something. Alright, this is gonna be stupid. Watch this fix it, because I'm pretty sure this has happened to me before. Okay? I equals $1. Watch this, like, fix it. I change all of these to be I. It's like something dumb where like it needs to be like a variable. Also, I'm pretty sure like don't people get flagged by like cheating programs in school now? Where like if you write code like this, people are like, "You're cheating! You're cheating!" It's like, but I just wanted a variable. I'm so glad I don't go to school in today's day and age. I'd be accused of writing AI, using AI writing in my schoolwork. Oh. Well, let's hide that line too. That's probably why I was cooking. I don't know what index 10 is, but we're about to find out. That's not working either. How come that wouldn't work? Fine. Undo all of that. But I do need to make this so that it goes to... It just runs this command on every single one of those files. So, yeah. So if I somehow get it so that every single one of these turns into... Because Pandoc didn't run in that situation. Pandoc would have produced a... Or did it? It did. So Pandoc's working. What's this? Reviving the 2015 MacBook Air. Okay. That's the #1 article in the thing. That makes sense. So now that I know what's what. So running Pandoc works. But that's with this. You look at every instance of .html. I don't think it matters though, because all of that is try it without that thing. So pandoc is generating stuff, but grep is not grepping. Yeah, grep is not grepping. Why is that? So if I change, go back, change this to I do F. Yeah, I know. Valuable. Oh, and it will have to be in quotes because it's going to be spacing. The only AI my workspace uses in the cameras to check if a person is zero con. I don't even want to think. Why do we have to live in like? Oh gosh, I'm gonna rant. All right, so um, I went to I go to school the other day to drop to drop something off, and I don't want to. It's not the first. This is not the like. This is not the first time I went there. Obviously, it's not the first time I've been to like, where kids go to school. But like, I go in, and you have to ring a. This is really free. Okay, you have to ring a doorbell. You have to ring a doorbell, and then there's like freaking cameras everywhere, and there's a woman at the desk. She's like, yes, and then I'm like, hey, I want to drop something off for blah blah blah, and then she's like, then the door opens, and then there's like big arrows pointing you to go to like the office or whatever, and it's like there's freaking cameras everywhere in the hallway, and it's like the hallways are like dead silent, and like you can hear, but you can like hear people like upstairs or and like and then I drop my thing off. But it's like schools are like such surveillance states. It's like it's kind of crazy. Like if you were to ask people like 30 years ago, like, are we going to be installing like surveillance cameras in schools? Like everyone would be like losing their minds. But you go to like, the public elementary school, it's like a freaking it's like you're living in like it's like it's like a it's like Big Brother. It's like, oh my gosh. It's like I can't. This is how you know we live in. But we always live in the worst. Everyone always says we live in the worst timeline, but it's like you just have to roll with what you can control in your life. That's what I say. I can't do actually just run commands if this because that read link. Oh, whoops. And grep should work here because it's something messed. I even save. Wait. The folder here keeps getting bigger. Why is that? Just noticed that. How come the folder keeps getting big? My school, they didn't even have functional cameras, not even in the classroom. Okay, they didn't have them in the classroom. I didn't go in any of the classrooms, but I'm pretty sure they didn't have them in the classroom. I mean, like, but if you visit like college campuses today, yeah, they have like cameras like in classrooms, so they can like, I don't know, record teachers or professors. I mean, like you can look up like YouTube videos of like professors giving their lectures. Don't use ZSH. It's not on Bazite. They use fish. Look, I don't freaking care what I use. I just want my stuff to work. I don't care if it's fish. I just want autocomplete. That's all I want. I don't ask for a whole lot in life. Um Yes, I know fish does all sorts of wacky stuff with not being OG Unix. Oh. Oh. What's number 10? It is this. It is. So, alright. Okay. There is something going on here. The full article is being deposited in the folder, but it's being deposited in the folder. You can't install CSH on Bazite. I mean, you can. You just have to use brew. Just lazy. I don't want to, like, do more than I have to. Like, I don't even, like, what do people, like, the only thing, if it wasn't for YouTube, guys, let me tell you, the only thing I'd be opening the terminal for is to open Newsboat. That's, like, the only thing, like, the only thing I open my terminal for. Like, oh, and maybe to, like, I don't know, download something. Because, like, sometimes downloading stuff and, like, I want to download something from I was doing. But, like, come on. It's like, people don't open their. I don't even know what the hell is fish. It's kind of like ZSH and Bash, but not really. They fix a lot of the shell-ism. Like, there's a lot of, like, really wacky document, like, shell-ism that, like, you can't do in Bash and ZSH, but work because of, like, historical languages or bin or something like that. And fish supposedly fixes them. But because of fish being the way that it is, it also breaks backwards compatibility with them, which is why a lot of people don't use it. I mean, it still gets used. There's still, like, Hardy team putting in a lot of work. They recently ported it to Rust. Crazy guys. But they actually have that freedom to move pretty fast. Because they're not tied down by, like, by that legacy. Okay, so this is clearly working, but the breadcrumb is not being generated. Literally everything here was correctly pulled. So, fast as Flash? Is that a good thing or a bad thing? Like, people like in retrospect we look back and say yes we hated Flash, but like we remember that stuff like HTML wasn't like and JavaScript and stuff like was not as developed to like do the kinds of things we wanted. So like in retrospect, people are like people try to like go back and to that Steve Jobs like that Steve Jobs like interview where he's like, yeah, I just want Flash to die or something. I forget exactly what he said. There's probably clips of it online. Um, and he's just like, yeah, we don't. This is why we don't use Flash. I remember he really. There was one video where like he really like. There was one news clip or something where like he really bluntly put it. He's like, yeah, if you want to watch porn, go buy a PC. I was like, wow, Steve, wow. That's a mistake. I thought I got rid of those because in here. Oh no, it's in the text preview. Oh, well, it's in there now. Because this is a mistake, but the breadcrumb is not being correctly generated. Oh, is it because... Oh. Oh, I see. I see. I see what's going on here. This needs to be an echo command because I'd already done the read link thing in this line. All right, let's try it again. Go back up here. Drum roll, please. It didn't work. But the breadcrumb is not being correctly generated. Why? I want my bread. At all the freaking time. Vim users, I can relate. Yeah. Because for some reason, it keeps coming up on empty. With... Oh, because it's... Oh, because it's looking for a slash and it's doing like a print 10 thing. Yeah, alright. It's an awk command. So this just needs to be like fully rewritten. Because I'm a moron. I was not reading my own code. This needs to get out of here. Oh, the TV character. Oh. Wasn't he like molesting girls or something? Oh wait, that was the movie one. Oh, whoops. Sorry, they don't wanna dead name people. Can't have that. There's the TV show. I never really watched. What's it? Justice League. Definitely had some interest though. Very memorable too. Like a lot of the cartoony kind of like that sort of like cartoony DC era. Like you get stuff like like the Kevin Conroy Batman Killing Joke kind of deal. Iconic. All right, so this is wrong. The breadcrumb needs to be F dot print $1. I think. Hope this does it. Hopefully. Oh. All right, how many slashes is this? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. About 7? We're just gonna keep doing this until it works. I'm going too many more slashes than I should be because the path of this changed. Nope. Try again. 8. Because I got .com there. I think I'm gonna have to try again. I'm missing something. Oh, I'm such a moron. This command was interpreting the folder these files were stored in. Oh. Yeah, that's why that wasn't working. All right, there has to be a way to get... Which video is this? Olama. Yeah, because there's no way to get the breadcrumb in this full file. Oh. 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 Okay. Okay, undo all of that. Undo. I can't do... I said it was so simple, but it's not. Okay. Well, I don't want to... I feel like it's too difficult to just run, like, a for loop to say, like, oh, but enter this folder, and then... Oh, we're gonna do this again. Because I know how to get the folder name. Because that's... You just do everything. And then for everything there, we're going to do... So if I, like, cd in to $I, which is the full... Which should be the raw breadcrumb. Then... do all of this. I can just make this a function. This is what you do a function again. It's like... Oh, follow. Yeah, for the... Is this correct? Then I'll just do this. Follow... Run it. So runs in a loop, enters the folder, run follow, and then cd back out. It's gonna be like a super dangerous live folder operation. Let's just make another copy. Just close the AI. We're done with AI right now. Bye. Then /v, which is the thing. cd into all of these arguments. So we'll cd into all of these arguments. We're gonna skip .html. I mean, it's gonna run on it and it's gonna fail, which is fine. We don't care. So you're gonna cd into this thing, and then it's going to run the command, and it's gonna cd back out, and we're just gonna repeat this for every single file. Okay? Hopefully this works. Did not. The cd command is not working. Follow command is not. Okay. So hold the phone. Probably needs to be. Try again. Alright, we're cooking. Nope. What happened? No such file or directory. What do you mean? Find the right folder. Yeah. Does this need to be /v? It is /v. /v, cd into folder. It's probably not the correct way to parse text. Wanderlust? Apple event? Or something that running in bottles. Biodirect. Okay. So that might be an easy fix. Might be an easy fix. We're gonna do cd into echo dollars. Whoops. $I. Hopefully this works. Yeah. But it's clearly running it on one of them. Because this got fully created somehow. I believe this is because it's the first one. That one's not the first one. This one is. Yeah. Because it's clearly running it on only the first one. But how come it's not running it on the first one? On everything after that? I'm onto something here. We're onto something. But how come when I run this, it would teleport me, it would CD me into this folder? It says no such file or directory, but if I do it, it works. How come it doesn't know how to do that? Because CD is not allowed to be used on a command line for some stupid reason? That can't be true. Yeah. There's something going on here. Because it clearly went into this folder, did what it needed to, got out. Because it's the first file. Well, why does it stop at the first file? Why? It's not because it starts with a number, because it didn't do this one. How come it doesn't do the others? That. I'm sorry this is so boring, guys. It's literally just troubleshooting. I literally just stare at the screen till I do this. It's like, I would play live music because this is just what I watch, but like I watch when I'm like trying to like do work. Actually, what I used to do was I just would throw on reruns of Yu-Gi-Oh, and then I would do that until everything works. I just say like, okay, you're gonna watch Yu-Gi-Oh until you fix all of your stuff. Because who willingly watches Yu-Gi-Oh? Did it on the first one though? Why would it work on the first one and not the other? Hold the phone. Let's go back. Did I close the AI thing? No, because the AI thing wouldn't have echoed the -D flag. Wouldn't. Is it because I'm using I someplace else? No. Because it worked the first time. Well, why does it quit? Um. Because it doesn't even get to that step. That step's not relevant. And clearly it gets here. It's somewhere here. It gets caught up and doesn't know what to do. But then this throws it up again. Am I missing something? Is this like Shell Script 101? Maybe. Do I even have like... Oh, that's where that went. Okay. Okay. Also, you want to see an AirPod fall off Mark Gurman's ear because I have this clip for some reason? Because I was watching... I was reading the news and I saw that. I was like, that's so funny. Ugh. So clearly when it gets to the second one, it stops. Doesn't know what to do. Why? Line 47. Which is this one. Is there a way to just go into every folder? Go into every folder and just run the command. What did I just delete? We'll run it. We'll do the same thing, but we're going to do it different. Do... Oh. Oh. Yeah. Yeah, I know. I'm just... But it's right there! It's right there! How come you can't... It's right there. Please. Please. How do you see the directory for space? No, I don't do spaces in my directories. If you get no error, your path is changing, not your shell's current path. So it needs to be an absolute path. Would that fix it? So instead of echo, it should be a read link. Delete that trailing slash. Is it because it's in quotes? I don't know why that would be necessary, but... But it can't go into absolute. And it didn't CD out. Oh, but this is this is giving me more information. And the variable is changing. Oh, the variable is changing. Oh. Wait, is there? Literally just watching me go insane. Okay, I am changing a variable. That is why this is not working. This is just because look, the variable here correctly changes it the first time. But when it attempts to run the command again, it doesn't change the variable of the first time. So what it does instead is it just slaps stuff like this on top, and then it's like, oh my gosh. Okay, so this needs to be a completely separate variable because this is not working. And it needs to constantly change this variable independently of... Because, like, that's why it works on paper. Because, like... Okay. Because, like, it's sort of like... It snapshots the variable, puts it someplace else, and then it runs the thing, which is why it gets this far and doesn't return. And that's also why it still kicks me out of the folder. So it does, even though this CD part fails, it does succeed the first time, and it succeeds the first time because it's a dynamically changing variable. All right, delete this line. Nope. Okay, how do you do universal clipboard in Vim again? S code. So this needs to be file. Call this folder file. I don't know. Whatever. Something. But will this work? Because technically it's undefined as of moment of... Oh, but if I define the variable at the beginning of the command, will that work? Do I equals $. Or we just make it a different... Call it G. $I. Put that back into brackets. After that's done, we're going to run a cd command. To run cd $G. Quotes. Look, it doesn't matter what the variable names are called, as long as it works at the end of the day. That's all that matters. Nope. It does the same thing. This is wasting my time. I don't like getting my time wasted. It's the worst feeling in the world. Honestly. You're just gonna watch me do this. You're just gonna watch me go into every single folder and run all of the run the command. Heck, we'll just make it we'll make this a clicker game. All for all the people who love Cookie Clicker. We're gonna make this a clicking game. Alright. We're gonna do this. There. We're gonna do a... How do you go into KDE? Shortcut. KDE's? GNOME lets you do this, but KDE does not. That's insane. That's insane. That's insane. Of course. KDE has to. They have to. How do you make a shell shortcut? Oh, that's GNOME. How did I type that? Nope. Gonna run the command on every single one of these. All 85. Till it is done. Yeah, it literally just is the most effective. Just go to literally all 85 and then just reproduce the entire metadata chunk. Well, that's interesting. Why did this fail now? All this. That'll fix it. Mapping values are not allowed in this context. The title is not in quotes. Title's not in quotes. Title's not in quotes. What else is not in quotes? The date shouldn't matter. The image that matter. Have some cover image in quotes, and you have to do this silly escape character thing. Cover matter. Alt text has the breadcrumb quotes. That's interesting. Quotes. That's interesting. Date, just to be safe. I don't know. Draft false. That's going to be the same all as live. That might turn on some articles that's cut content, and then maybe I can make content out of it. Maybe I'll just talk about it right now if it comes up. I don't even know. Probably one of them is like something phone related. I know one of them, at least one of them is phone related. Whoops, don't open Lutris. Oh my gosh. Get this out of here. Gamers, am I right? Yeah, it's failing because this needs to be in quotes. Delete these two. Yeah, because now it works. And then if I hop back to this terminal, I'll run that again. Let's see if Hugo gets mad at me. Nope. Did it correctly. But it doesn't fill in the cover photo. Do I need to enable it in a... This might have been before I enabled cover photo. This is long before cover photos were actually in. That's why the cover photo is not up. So this big config.yam. Okay. Aha. Cover. Hidden. False. I need to rebuild. Build. Rebuild. Oh, is this the stupid thing where you have to, like... Public. Delete the public folder. Try again. Nope. It just changes at the GitLab? Yeah, that's not happening. Something else I'm missing. Interesting. How come the image won't load? How come the image? Not with the code. Not with what I'm entering. This image load. It's not in content. Yeah. 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 Yeah, look at that. Awesome. That's actually not that bad. Well, this one's pretty easy because there was no notes and stuff. Like going down memory lane. All right. Yeah, I was referencing photos that didn't exist. This is all gonna get deleted. An error occurred. Ha! It's even doing the thing where YouTube does. That's hilarious. Okay. All right. But we're just gonna run that. All right. We got the command. Pictures being restored. Videos are there. We're just gonna go because I don't know how to do it. We're just gonna go into every single one of these folders and run a thing. If KDE has a thing where I can just make this cookie clicker, I won't say no. Just one from KDE, please reach out to me. Let me know. Is there a way to? Not a keyboard shortcut. Script. Is it context menu? Reddit. Nope. How do you add new elements to the context menu? The context menu entries are desktop files, and the exec line is where you would put the shell script. I know this is 7 years ago though. Oh gosh. 7 years ago. Where was I 7 years ago? Okay, delete all of this. We're gonna go to, is it .config or .local? Or is there a way to do it in Dolphin? I don't have to do any of this other stuff. Dolphin. Dolphin. Context menu. Download new services. Oh, you have to. Ha! That's right! Because you're deleting the root directories. Forgot about that. Okay, so maybe let's not do that. This is a lot of stuff. First off, I don't use Google Drive. We'll get rid of that. Convert to PNG. Wait, so exactly what is this context menu referring to? I don't have any context. Okay. Okay. Crash. Okay, gamers, wake up. It's time to play Cookie Clicker. We're going to go into every single one of these. I'm going to open a trillion terminals, and I'm going to run the command, and we're going to keep doing this until everything has been rescued. Go here, click. Go here, do that. I have to get this down to a science. It's got to cook. And if I hop back over here, we can watch as the new articles roll in. And remember, some of these don't have a picture because this is before I started plugging pictures into this website. So just keep, all right, gamers. Gamers, rise up. Cookie clicker time. We're going to roll down the line. For full speed run, you can see me move the mouse over to the thing here so we can keep going. This one I know I have a thumbnail for. This has to have something. This one might take a while. Why is this one taking so long? This one should have less than normal. Oh, there we go. Yeah. Man, KDE should really make a thing like GNOME has where you can just go in and just not have to, like, click out every single time I do this. Really be nice. Hmm. Helpful. No. Sidetracked. Get sidetracked. You're not going to speed this up. Not going to speed this up any more than you already have. Just go and keep pressing the button. Keep going through all the things until they're all done. Till I lose all of my sanity. Speaking of which, while I lose my sanity, maybe we should actually just make this more interactive than it already is. Should we just do a reaction video? Should I be a React Andy like everybody else? It's literally just what everyone else. Actually, you know what? Let's do that. We're going to be a React Andy. That's what we're going to. I don't know if the sound's going to. We're about to find out. React Andy time. No one's here. All right, we're going to go to here. Marshall's experiment. I know he uploads today. Pretty sure he uploaded today. Okay, bam, there we go. Okay, we're gonna watch the thing in its entirety. I'm gonna skip the sponsors for obvious reasons. Do this, and just know that in the background, I am running this. I'm just going through this until all of it is done. I might just close all of it. And then I can just run that command and it'll just auto close. Okay? Then you guys have something to watch, and then I'm gonna pop. Actually, hey, oh, hold up a second. Oh wait, attribution share alike. Wait, what's attribution share alike? Is that do they let you click and find?
Welcome back.
Shush. Attribution share alike is one of the Creative Commons licenses. The Skyworks adaptation released under the same license. Copy left. There are 2 supported Creative Commons licenses that have share alike condition. Creative Commons share alike, common attribution. It's common attribution. Giving him attribution, you know it's coming from him. I'm showing the window, you know it's coming from him, and I will just pause the video every couple seconds to say a witty comment in case he gets angry. Alright. Okay. Because I need something to make this, I'm sorry, but I need something to make this a teeny bit less mind-numbing, because keep in mind, what I am doing is I am going into Dolphin. I am opening the folder, opening the terminal, running this thing on it. When it is done, I close the terminal. I could probably speed run this by like doing like a p-kill. We're gonna do that actually. I speed run this by doing a p-kill Patixis. Unless the background agent gets in the way. Let's find out. I don't even know if I should have to run the other command, but we're about to find out. Patixis. Okay. Yeah. Gonna run that command. And it's slowly but surely going to generate every page on here. Why did it stop? Because I closed it. Duh! Alright. I already closed it. These. Alright, Nick. We're gonna get started. How hard am I gonna laugh? I shouldn't say that. It's funny. Love Nick. Great guy. You know Manjaro stole a thumbnail from him? It's so funny.
Back to your Linux and open source news show. This week we've got a brand new Linux
Why did it get really blurry? Is that the quality? Oh, it is the quality.
browser coming. It is WebKit.
It's not new. Orion is not new. It's 2 years old, actually. It was iOS only. Probably going to talk about it. Actually, I'm going to skip this. I want to be surprised. I don't know what he's going to talk about. I'm gonna skip straight to the video. I don't want to know what he's going to talk about. We're going to find out.
Okay, so if, like me, you've lamented the lack of diversity in terms of browser engines on Linux,
This is not a new browser engine, Nick. This is a WebKit. We have that already. It's really bad. Use Epiphany. Web? You know, one of those. You can use one of those. You don't need to do
Linux, most browsers are either Chromium based, which means Google completely controls how the web is rendered, or they're a fork of Firefox, which means that if Mozilla finally bites the bullet, you also lose your browser. Well, there's a new web.
I mean, it's not really a bullet as much as it is collateral damage. It's more like the gun is being aimed at Google and the bullet ricochets and hits Mozilla, because that's probably what's going to happen. But rip the band-aid off now, government, please, please. I just, if Mozilla's going to die, I want to know now, please.
Web browser coming. It is called Orion, and it is using
It's not new.
WebKit. Now, usually when we talk about using WebKit on Linux, it means that you're using...
Oh, it's on Linux now. I knew it was available on Mac and iOS. I didn't know about Linux.
Something like
Okay.
Epiphany, which
I mean, it makes
might
sense. That's why he's
work
talking
well
about
in
it.
very few cases, but generally is just not up to par compared to something like Firefox or Chromium or whatever else.
Amen. WebKit.
This time it is not the usual small-time community-driven thing with 2 developers working on it 2 hours per month. It is made by Kagi, which is the private search engine.
I mean, how many people does Kagi have working for them? Can we pay for? Yes, I know they're a paid search engine, but like, where's the people? Hello? There's no people? Vlad? Go. There's definitely more. Edit this page on Kit. Ah, look at this. Look at this. All right, I hate Chromium-based browsers because they don't do the thing that DuckDuckGo. Okay. How many people work for you guys? How many people? How many people? 3. Sorry, Nick, I gotta debunk you, but it looks like there's only 3 people. But maybe that's just me talking.
The browser already exists on macOS and on iOS. It is built as a Safari replacement, and it has zero telemetry. It has a built-in ad and tracker blocker, and according to its developers at least, it uses less RAM and it loads faster than Safari and any other browser on Apple devices.
That's a big claim. But I mean, come on, Apple makes the same stupid claims too, but
also supports extensions from Firefox and from Chrome, so you definitely will not miss any of the tools that you know. The developers say that they will have feature parity for Linux and for macOS at the end of the year, but
plenty of can't counternints. What counternints? What's counternint? Am I like, what planet am I living on? Counternants? Is that a word? Not on Nick. This is on whatever he's reading. Can't appearance? Oh, that's a noun. Verb. Can't tolerate. Okay. Huh. Well, you know.
But there's a catch. It is still closed source. Nothing can be just right.
Nothing's closed source for it.
Now, Kagi, the developers, to their credits,
will they require an account, just like they do with Kagi? Maybe not, though.
They have open sourced a few components of the browser, but not everything. They're saying that it's mostly due to the lack of time. They're still a relatively small team.
This does not get enough attention, but it's actually really difficult to, like, open. That really small team, 3 people. Okay, so starting to put the picture together here. I mean, there might be more than just these 3 people, because I don't know how many people have contributed to projects. It looks like a lot more. The truth is actually a lot more. But relatively speaking, not a lot of people.
And they say they're working on making the entire thing open source in the future. At least that's what I gathered from their FAQ. But right now, it is still a closed source browser. We'll see when it releases on Linux if it is still closed source or not. So that's an interesting newcomer. I would like to see what they're capable of on Linux. I hope it comes as an open source project. Their business model is basically selling.
And guess what? They kill all. Their business model is selling the search engine, as far as I know.
Subscription, it's $50 a year for access to experimental builds or experimental features, nightly builds, for fast track support if you have issues, for maybe having priority when you're suggesting new features for the browser.
Yeah, you should. Honestly, I wonder if more open source projects did that. You should have to pay to, like, submit feature requests. I don't know, though. That could be. I know some people really wouldn't like that, but I get it. You'd only be allowed to decide what project if you give money. Find that important.
It's not a bad model. I like paying for stuff if it means it's not ad-based or data-based, but I would like this thing to be open source before I even consider making it my browser of choice.
And that is why I will never use it. Just cannot use closed source browsers at all. Like, it's just, oh, like, yes, I know. I mean, like, okay, I shouldn't say that. It should be, you should only use closed source browsers. Like, you should only, the core engine must be open. Vivaldi's fine in that. Because the Vivaldi's engine, because we know what
Now, the KDE project has now split their window manager codebase into 2 branches, one for X11 and one for Wayland.
Why don't you just get rid of X11? We're doing this. I don't know why we're doing. I mean, I know they're doing it for compatibility reasons, but who uses KDE in the X11?
They are both still installable on any system side by side. You can still get both on the same
Well, depending on if your package manager packaged it. That's a different
distribution,
story.
but it does spell the beginning of the end for X11 support in KDE. For now, distros will decide what they want to ship, and the move for now is mostly to let distros decide that they don't want to support or ship X11 if they don't need it. The X11
Okay, fair enough. Get that. Another Vlad.
codebase is still seeing some work. It will still be maintained until the release of Plasma 7. We just saw Plasma 6 a year
So next year? 2 years from now. Because they do daily releases, right?
ago, so it's probably in a long time.
Come to think of it, that's a good point, Katie. On KD5
Plasma 7 is probably not around the corner. No new feature will be backported to that X11 codebase though, so don't expect any of the shiny new stuff KDE will add in the coming years to land for X11. It is clear that all the new stuff is Wayland only. They've made that very transparent ever since Plasma 6 was released a year ago. This is just the latest move in that transition.
Sorry. I got no comment. Not a developer.
I really can't say that I'm surprised. They really spelled it out super clearly. The writing is on the wall for X11 and has been for a long time. And now that Wayland has global shortcut support, HDR, caller management.
Oh, well, it doesn't have global shortcut support if you're on GNOME. Not yet, anyway. You will the next GNOME version. Maybe then my NVIDIA. That's not really the fault. That's about that.
Screen sharing and everything that every single user needs, well, I don't see what's really holding people back from Wayland, apart from some really niche features like maybe touchpad circular.
But where's my X keys? I can't use X keys. This is just sorry. When I think about X keys, I have a bunch of conspiracy theories thinking about like, okay, how many people are cheating by macroing RuneScape or whatever by using X key? I'm very curious. Like they're running RuneScape and Wine and they're using X keys to like macro gameplay. This is where my brain goes. I haven't even played RuneScape, but I'm just thinking like think of the potential, right? Insert game here, think like Final Fantasy kind of deal, or like or World of Warcraft, right? Just people are macroing games by like using X keys, which only like Linux users have, and they can do it, and then the anti-cheat can't detect it because it's outside of the program.
Scrolling and a bunch of things like that most people
Food for
definitely don't really care about. Anyway, this is the end.
Wait, what did he say?
I don't see what's really holding people back from Wayland, apart from some really niche features. Very surprised if GNOME did not do something very similar, if they don't have already done.
They've already dropped X11. Up to it, guys.
And let's be
do it
fair,
faster.
every major desktop environment.
Oh wait, no, they haven't, but they're going to.
Support in a few years. It's just
because they still have to maintain junk like that for GTK
big
3.
Changes for the open source NVIDIA stack. Nouveau is no longer going to be used by default in Mesa. It is replaced by Zinc and NVK. So if you don't know, NVK is the new Vulkan driver for NVIDIA GPUs. It runs on top of the Nouveau kernel driver, and previously...
Oh. I'm stupid. Thank you for correcting me.
Mesa used the Nouveau user
Thank you for correcting me, viewers.
Well. That user space driver is no longer going to be used. Instead, it's going to be NVK and Zinc. And Zinc is a translation layer that uses Vulkan to provide OpenGL support.
So this actually has me curious because my streaming computer runs as an NVIDIA 1080, which I believe is no longer supported or is going to be unsupported soon by NVIDIA, so I'll have to think about that. Also, my home theater TV has NVIDIA machine.
There won't be a specific NVIDIA OpenGL
Cross that bridge
driver.
when we get there.
It will be Zinc using the Vulkan driver to render OpenGL applications. So starting with Mesa 25.1, NVK will be the default only for Turing-based GPUs and later. So RTX 20 series and GTX 1600.
Oh. Okay. but not lower. They're dropping all. Oh, is this why people were upset?
Series and anything
Oh.
newer. Nouveau will still provide support for the older cards. As
Okay. There we go. That's the answer I was looking for. That's probably what I'm gonna do.
time goes on, NVK will get support for those older GPUs, namely the GeForce 600 and 700 series. Everything in the middle that can't be supported by NVK or is out of scope will still have the current level of support that it enjoys with the Nouveau user space drivers. The experience should be a bit more stable for NVIDIA users by default because NVK is just generally a more performant and interesting driver than the Nouveau user space one. Of course, most people will still want to use the open source NVIDIA drivers, the official ones, whether they use the open source ones or the proprietary ones. This NVK driver will probably just be used when you're booting a live CD and in between the moment where you install your distro and you install the official NVIDIA drivers, but it's still a nice step.
Hey, think about it this way. Top biggest distros that don't do this out of the box. Think like Gentoo, Arch Linux kind of deal. You got Gentoo, Arch Linux, OpenSUSE, Debian, anything Debian based except everything Debian based. Fedora. It is important. Why am I doing this? Why am I watching this? Would you rather watch me play Cookie Clicker with all of my stuff? Did I release a video about this? I don't think I did. But according to this, I did. If I have a folder in it here, it must have been released. Okay, check it out. I don't know if I'll leave that video up. Might just hide the video right now. Yeah, this is actually what I do in my free time. What do you do in your free time? Oh, I think I deleted this video. I deleted this video because you shouldn't be using it. I literally just ended the video of basically saying like you shouldn't use it. Yeah, I think I deleted the video, so we're just not coming back. I'll bring it back. I'll res it, but like I don't think that you have to go. I'll make a deliberate.
And I'm sure that at some point we won't need to install the official NVIDIA drivers at all.
That's a bit of copium. I don't think that's a copium. Hopium. That's a big load of hopium. I don't know if that's gonna happen. If it didn't happen the first time, what do you think it's gonna happen now?
Will probably only happen when the Nouveau kernel driver gets replaced by something like Nova, which is the new driver being written by Red Hat to replace that kernel driver specifically for recent NVIDIA GPUs. You will still
thank you chat for correcting me. I'm so sorry.
Need whatever you choose, Nouveau plus NVK or the NVIDIA drivers.
All right, I don't know if I need to watch this. I'm just gonna go back. France rejects encryption backdoor. Oh, what's the source? We're gonna read the sauce. Sauce. France rejects. Oh, it's freaking tech radar. Where is this from? Previously passed by the Senate, the bill. Oh God, I'm gonna have to translate. Proposition de loi numero number 900 set. Okay, here we go. Oh boy. Oh boy. I love reading. Alright, we're gonna look up encryption. Something I can spell. I don't know how you... What was the line that he say? There's other people who commented on it. Because he's linking a Tech Radar article. God, I hate Tech Radar. Can we not have, like, something better? Oh, they reference iMessage. I just need something to search by. iMessage. Apple? No. Apple's not name dropped. I can't do a compose key, so it's very hard for me to actually type the characters. I don't want to have to read this now, though. I'm so sorry. Like, this is just. I go down. Actually, the Tech Radar article probably said, right? There's an article. Or no, they usually don't because I have to, like. Article 8 of the proposed Drug Trafficking Act. Probably not present. Article 8. Not seeing anything. Modified. Okay. The word. Okay, this is the words in the locale. I think in installation service installations, or organizations or places of authority. French is exploitation of electronic communication exploit the charges that the electronic communication, or so like direct messaging, or the researchers basically um for the services of communication electronics cannot affect. I don't know what this is referring to. The word, is that just an encryption thing? Refers to information document.
Grows even more, we're probably. This is a worrying tendency because, as always, if you have now future and depending on the state of our parliament, it could very well be passed next. Because there was a new.
Oh, I see. They can't do it. Okay, it's basically just pretty short. Okay. A little bit of French, you can understand what they're saying here. Okay, great. Thank you. Thank you, Tech Radar. Could have read this myself. But they did add comments here from Hannah, who's one of the people. Hannah's one of the people at Tuda. There was an interview she did with Techlore. And Proton is also on here. And also, I think they did named Proton Mail as Proton. Yeah, they did name Proton Mail. Ah, come on, but they want to put in that hashtag. Guys, spoiler alert. This is a dead name of Proton because technically, when you visit Proton, it's Proton Space Mail, not Proton Mail one word. It used to be Proton Mail one word. Now it's Proton Space Mail, okay? Be very careful about these things. Look out. Xbox handhelds? Okay, let me comment on this one. No one's gonna freaking buy it. What's Xbox gonna do that a Steam Deck can't? Like, just saying. What exclusive does Xbox have that's actually going to be enticing? The only thing that Xbox is really going to do to make it worth people's while is hardware. I did read the Windows Central article. This one. By Jez Corden. Now, this is actual, unlike the Tech Radar fraud, this is actually a real article that you can read. Okay? Is what I'm considered doing grifting now? Nah, I'm not grifting nothing. They made a mistake. Anyway, because like I feel like I'm a grifter. I'm reading the news when I should just be like going through and doing this. You don't want me reading the news. You get me reading the news, you're gonna get me really mad because usually I have to like find out like the sources of everybody. Valve talks about Steam Deck. Okay, Steam Deck year in review. 2024 was a remarkable year for the Steam platform. We brought Steam to a new continent, Antarctica. What continent was Steam Deck not on? Was it Australia? Like, probably. I'm probably missing something here. We shipped an ambitious game recorder. Oh, we added some blah 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 blah. The heart of Steam discovery buying. Oh, this is just not a gamer. Wait, why is this? Okay, virtual reality in the Steam Deck. was in fact AU. Aha! Thank you. When I read that, I was like, Antarctica? But no, now that I think about it, there are gamers in Australia because they're always dead last to everything. Wait, that's crazy. If does that mean Africa got it before Australia did? That's insane if that's true. In early 2024, we added an AI disclosure requirement to store pages, as well as a consumer reporting feature to report illegal content inside games using live generated AI content. And then also required disclosure for kernel level anti-cheat, probably for Steam Deck users. Player feedback about anti-cheat software. Yeah, I'm glad they added the checkbox that includes like DRM Steam. That's so helpful. It tells me to not buy certain games. For families. Release. We shipped the great Steam demo update. Where's the Steam Deck news? I don't care about any of that. Oh, that's Steam Deck. Virtual reality on the Steam Deck. That's interesting. VR on Linux behind. Blah, 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 blah. Oh, it's just VR. It's just them basically saying they want to make VR. Australian gamers rejoiced when the Steam Deck was shipped to their country. Ah, Brody. When the team ran another experiment with a limited edition colorway, launched Steam Deck OLED Edition Limited Edition White? Huh? Meanwhile, my brother has the black one. The black non-OLED, I think. Maybe he does have the OLED. I think it's just a normal one. Meanwhile, the Steam OS and Proton saw constant patches, updates, and fixes. It gets to become more valuable for the customer. Yeah, Australia floating out there in the middle of the ocean, shipping anything electronic. There is a B. Bought my Australian girlfriend the Wi-Fi dongle. She $30-ish, $30 US. The decent one in Australia is over 100 Australian US dollars, factoring in the exchange. Sorry, what my country has done, which is basically just be a Gestapo for everyone to filter money through. Not really much I can do about that. What was it? I had a friend in Brazil that the currency collapsed. Oh, I can really do. This was like last year. Not much. Platform growth? Hang on, how is Steam getting growth? Oh, this is Steam Direct. I was just reading this and I was like, how are more gamers using Steam? All the effort about games, all-star roster of newest hits, like everything people have heard of. Future of Valve is bright, blah, 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 blah. VR. I want to do VR. I don't even know the state of VR on Linux. I don't own a headset. I don't want to buy one. You better tell me while the US dollar is stronger than the Aussie dollar. Yeah, well, we'll see. We'll see what happens. This is kind of non-new. Just annual earning. Is this like Valve's version of like an annual report? Did I just read like Valve's annual? Kind of whatever. I mean, you know, improving Linux stuff is cool, but like it never gets old hearing a dev exclaim, "Damn, I can't believe my game runs so well on the deck." Oh, and man, everyone just going after Pierre at that PAX interview because like I think I did see that PC World that interviewed him where he was basically like, "Yeah, we're planning on doing more stuff for the Steam Deck," and then like everyone ripped that quote out of context and just ran with it. It's like, "Oh, whoa, whoa, slow down." Hey, but hey, if Pierre said it, you know, he is one of the leading voices Valve's activities. So really, only time will tell. It's gonna be like all those people who like spy on like Apple. Apple's looking for crap. There you go. That's the news, at least according to the news. I know why he didn't show the Tech Radar article because he showed the Tech Radar article because not everybody knows French. But I mean, come on, people have Google. I mean, and also you'd have to know specifically to scroll down to where is it? You have to specifically scroll down to Article 8. But come on, there's a permanent link right here. Just tell people to use. Fine. This is like basics. Be fine. Now, if it was in Polish, I'd be screwed. I can't read Polish. Forgot how much a mess the world of the internet is. Okay. Fun fact about this video. I don't think I've mentioned this before. Let's talk about this now. Fun fact about oh, right. This video. The video where I basically said Microsoft is going to ruin everybody after like multiple years after buying Activision Blizzard. Well, 2 years was it 2 years or 1 year passed. I do want to comment on this. I was wrong. I did not anticipate Microsoft sabotaging their own game studios, but I guess when you're Microsoft, you're not very competent at doing anything. You know when Switch is ahead of you. Octa, I think Olama's done. Age? Oh, that's... Yeah, we'll skip that one. Because that's the pages of my auto-generated thingamabob. RSS. I'm gonna have to redo this one. Cow talk. That's pretty recent. That's gonna suck having to do all this alt text again. Secure boot? Secure boot. Steam for Linux. This video did well. But I guess it's because people don't want to hear, wow, gaming on Linux, it's gotten so easy. It's gotten so easy. Yeah, because it was freaking like a nightmare before. God, I remember when you had to download Xbox DRV just so you could play Warframe. Wow, what a joke. Did you know you alright, fun fact. Did you know in order to play Warframe in ye olden days of Linux, you had to literally emulate an Xbox controller that did absolutely nothing or plug one in, because if you didn't, the game would crash. Why? I don't know. But that's apparently how that works. Go down the line, go down the line, keep going down the line. And then when I manually edit, I am gonna have to look up each individual video and figure out what happened. I found a way to optimize. I found a way to optimize this. Ha ha ha. If Winward saw me doing what I'm doing right now, he'd be like, "You're freaking insane." And I'm like, "Says you." What the? Wait, why is this just Leo? What the heck is that? Right. Almost done. Home stretch. Home stretch. Home stretch, guys. We're almost there. Woo! And then the editing, the manual editing part begins. I want to return to do Windows videos again, but I've actually been experimenting with, is that all of them? Is that it? I think that's everything. And keep in mind, guys, this is the last 2 years worth of videos. And I can go back in here. And this is every other video that I've done before, that I did and threw up on here before then. So this is every video from so if I run, close all these. Close Lutra. First, we'll go here. We're gonna run a Hugo command again. Linux gaming failed. Bad block sequence. At least it's only one. But why did that particular one fail? So that's Linux gaming. It's an old video. I think I deleted this video. Oh, what the? This is not correct. Linux gaming? Not correct. Why? What was the original? Oh, this must have been just a dead page. Well, that video wasn't around anyway. Not gonna restore it. But oh my gosh, that's most of my website back up and running. Steam for Linux is now not working. Mapping values are not allowed in this context, line 9. Line 9? That's not right. I've clearly done this before in my other thing. So it's basically getting mad at me for an author tag, and I'm gonna have to do all of this all. That's insane. So does the new version of Hugo get mad at you if you do this? Like if I delete this, what happens? Still gets mad. Why? Because it contains quotes? Mapping values is not allowed in this context. Why? I have offline cloud evidence proving that you don't need to have that tag there. Hang on a sec. The summary is not in quotes. Ah, shoot. Am I gonna have to do this all over again? The summary is not in quotes. No! I have to do this all over again. The summary is not in quotes. Yeah, it wasn't in quotes here either. So, like, if I do... But it let that one through. How come it didn't let this one through? There's a as there's a... Okay. Okay. I see how it is. Okay. There's just one little... Yeah. Yeah, it's affected enough of them that I celebrated too soon because I didn't put this into quotes. Great. Like... Okay, let's delete all of this and we'll try again. Back to work. Back to playing. Wow, it's been 3. What am I doing with my life? Okay, we're gonna verify this one this time. Hmm. Why are we doing this? Come on. Why are we doing this with the text preview? Do I have to do... Do I have to do the sed command again? Really? 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 Why is Kagi popping up here? Really? Really? Or we're gonna copy paste... Up. Up. Try again. Area. The dash also that way. Because Unicode what's this? Unicode? Whatever that thing is that fixes, unbreaks all that stuff. Whatever. Probably just it. The quote one had to get fixed though, because that's like... But the quotes does need to go there. This is correct. This never had an image. I mean, it does have an image. It's in my another drive, but I'll have to pull it out. And there you go. This is how you unfix a website. Except you need to still go in and manually edit all of this stuff, because that's how I like this. I hate my life. In 3 hours. I need a break. I don't want to play Cookie Clicker, because playing Cookie Clicker is freaking boring. What sort of self-respecting degenerate? One of these. Delete all that stuff, but no, everything's back. Oh, yeah, you can see the reference thing, like, because it's reading the raw HTML. Because yeah, did you know Markdown supports HTML? I mean, I guess that makes sense. You're just converting into web pages. I think George deleted his Twitter. No, what I should do... Yeah, we're gonna do this. I know what I'm gonna do. Donate. This page has literally not changed at all. But you know what does need to change? Is there needs to just be, instead of this is bad. This is triggering. I can't... This is a problem that I've had. It's just text. Yes, I know it's light. I really like that, but I think what this needs to be is this just needs to be like pictures, because if it's not pictures, people won't... I need to do pictures. It needs to just be pictures, but I might just do that some other... Alright, I want to relax. We're gonna do some art. Probably in stream. I want to... Okay, not in this folder. This folder. Alright, let me explain. If people knew the way I did art, they'd probably be very upset. If, like, diehard artists saw the way I do art, they would be, like, horrified. Like, I mean, could I do something using, like, a more professional program like Krita or Eclipse Studio or Photoshop? Yeah, I probably could. But guess what? I'm a Linux user, and I don't have access to such things except Krita. So you could say, well, that's no excuse, right? Well, here's where we're gonna get started. And this is where it begins. This is me. This is the image that I use virtually everywhere. And because I'm crazy, what's the plan for the weekend? Take a nap and unbreak the website. Because even after I play Cookie Clicker on literally every single one of these pages, after I'm done playing Cookie Clicker, I'm just going to have to make... Either way, I'm going to have to go back and manually edit stuff in because it didn't capture iframes properly. But as of now, my website is effectively been... The content has been effectively... The text content and the thumbnails have been effectively recovered. Because I have a script which basically HTMLs them and puts them back into Markdown. As long as I fill the front end again. which I don't need to for header pages like donate/contact. It just works. So I don't have to do any of that. So yeah, the website is effectively fixed. And it took 7 hours of my life. All right. But now it is time for art stream. Nice good old before everyone loses their minds. We're gonna do a classic art stream. This was a thumbnail that I had planned. It did not, as you know, the script for it is safe. Don't worry. The script for the video is completely intact. I edit in the cloud, so not a problem. Why is this being locked? Because the layer's locked. So this is the part of the original thumbnail I had made. Did not actually make the cut. But I do actually send this out to friends so they proofread it and stuff. Say, would you click on this video? And it's like, yeah, when people see an image like this, of course they're gonna freaking click. I mean, I hope. So let me explain the process to you guys. This is sort of how in a convoluted way when I do thumbnails for this, I did actually have to go in and draw like all of this. And when I like do hair elements for I do have to like think about like all of these other things. So probably somewhere in this drive I have like it's gonna take a while because it's spinning Rust. There's a picture in here of, because this goes back a couple months, up until like 2 months ago. I go all the way up here for it, right? But when I draw other people, the fonts won't show up correctly. Oh, I'll just do this one. Why not? So when you do stuff like this, you actually have to go and scribble it out with like a pen. So like you can't see it right now, but this is actually just me going around with a pen. But here you have to go into, you have to like go and like draw like all of these little lines, and yeah, I go in and straighten all of them, and you have to do like dumb optimization stuff to make sure like it doesn't go correctly. And you'll actually see Dinosaur doesn't have his neck doesn't go below like here. What's his name? Chicken? Yeah, Chicken's head doesn't actually go below here. So, and there's also all sorts of layering stuff that I didn't know about at the time. So like the teeth is a layer. So the cool part about this is each of this is a layer. So like I have to draw each individual. This is why most artists are cringing at what I'm saying right now. It's like basically each one of these is an individual piece that I can move around. So think about this like it's kind of like collaging, right? So when you have a bunch of paper in front of you, and you're cutting out pieces of paper, you're basically just cutting out pieces of paper or molding like clay, and you're putting it together, and you're just stacking stuff on top of each other. Basically, this is just a glorified collage that looks like something. You know, it's like, oh, look, it's being dinosaur. It's like, yes, but it's just a bunch of circles and stuff all put together to look like a thing. But right now, I'm actually doing thumbnail restoration, which is a whole thing in and of itself. So, because pretty much every model that I have is pretty much, basically every face that I have is and every one itself is basically a clone of me. Floating around in my drive, I have a copy of Tim Apple. Here, copy of Tim Apple. Tim Apple. But what would you have you know that Tim Apple is actually just a different Tim Apple is actually a different version of me. It's got the same curve, different ear, different hair, different eyes. But Tim Apple is still me at its core. Basically, what you see me do is I'm just turning everyone into some twisted version of a Funko Pop. That's basically what's happening. And people are saying, Trafotin, what does this have to do with coding? Why are we doing this? It's like, well, how are people going to click on your freaking videos if you don't actually, like, make a thumbnail? And actually, the reason I did this was because I actually got, where was it? It's around, like, the Google event era last year, was when I actually got really sick of making edits in GIMP. I was not happy with the thumbnail performance. I was not happy with, just with what I could do in GIMP. And I don't want to have to resort to using Windows just to use the Affinity suite that I paid for and never use. I want to just, like, use something and then like give a little bit of life into it. So the convoluted plan that I came up with, I think has turned out very well, which is I basically make a new thumbnail almost every single time. But Trafotin, how do you make a thumbnail within a week and are able to do it relatively quickly while researching and editing a bunch of videos? I am basically just taking the same figurine. I made one figurine of myself. Every person that you see is just a figurine of me. And I draw a new thing for them. And then what I do is I then go through and do stuff myself. But then there's stuff like this. This is a monstrosity, but this also is all, that's right, this is all an SVG file for the video, and yes, the next video will be on Firefox because I need to fix my Firefox. There actually has been a lot that has changed, and I would like to go through it. So basically, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go through and I am going to recreate in SVG form everything that you see right here because I'm a crazy person. Now, because of the way all of this is done, most of the work has technically already been done. My face is the same. That is not changing. My hair is the same. That is not changing. That part is all done. But what is different, again, you got to pay attention. Eyebrows, up here. The eyes are different. The mouth. Those are all completely different. So, let's get to work. This is what needs to be done. The hardest part with this one is honestly the mouth. It took me I think the mouth alone took me I want to say 40 minutes to an hour. It was a lot. Because mouths in SVG form are a little weird because Inkscape while it does have a concept of layers, and this is, I mean, it's not just Inkscape. You'd have to do this in Photoshop or Affinity Photo or even Canva. You'd have to do, I mean, Canva's a lot less flexible, but you'd have to do stuff like this. Basically, you go into here, pen tool, and then what I'm gonna do to draw a line like that, like so. Now you'll notice when I drew the line, it didn't quite come out correctly. We're gonna get rid of the fill. You don't need that. Bam, there's our line, and then you can basically reposition it to be how you want it to look. And as you can see, it's basically an overlay of this. Now, when I do things this way, usually it helps to have a rough sketch, and that's where it does benefit to just have a JPEG that you slap below where you can actually just overlay stuff. So I do actually use Krita to go through and do a rough sketch of everything. I don't have it installed right now, so I can't just go and do it. But basically, this is what you do. You just go through and you do this. So I have this top mouth lip right here. And now I just need to get this bottom part here and connect it. So I think what I originally did was I will still need that top part, but I will still need it. So we'll just call this upper lip. Yeah, everyone has lips, just not the way you think. And then what we're going to do is we're going to go back to the pen tool. We're going to do this again. But this time, we're going to do like this. And the benefit is because we already have this line, we can keep the handle to the path, and it will just auto adjust to the path. But you have to go through here. You got to do a lot of map smoothing. If you don't do a lot of smoothing, it's not going to work. So remember the work we just did? How come they aren't showing? Oh, because this one is not. You can smush it in here so you actually can't see it, while still preserving the original lip. And this is basically just, yeah. So do this. Look at that. There's the mouth. I think this needs to be up a little more. Basically, finagle it until it gets about right. There's mouth. I'm gonna just call this mouth. Now, this is actually messed up because in order to convert all of this into Krita, you gotta do a bunch of stuff into making all of this work. So what's this? The mouth part here. And then I'll have to go through, and then here is where you sort of have to use your imagination. I know, telling nerds and IT professionals to use their imagination, it's hard, I know. But what I do is because children love them. I have comic books. Okay, so I actually just go through my comic books, and if I want I have like pretty much everything you can imagine. So like I have like Peanuts, Calvin and Hobbes, Foxtrot, anime, name it, I probably have it. Basically, just pull from basically just, and it also helps when you draw stuff. Draw what you know, right? But this case is teeth, right? Everyone's got teeth. I think we know roughly how. I think we know how teeth work. So the first part here is we want to go over the teeth, but there's more to it than that. Because you'll notice here that the teeth go through this line. You basically need to mask the mouth so that you can actually draw. So like this, so like this is the mask, right? And I'm gonna use this as the mask. So this is this mask here. I'm just gonna call this mouth mask. So that way, when I get started on the teeth, which I'm probably gonna make as a new layer, all this teeth. I'm just gonna number all of them. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Here, 6 teeth here. So, and whoops. Yeah. So basically, whoops. Yeah, with teeth, you're basically just doing something like this, where this whole process is basically just you readjust all of these little lines to basically match what your intent is. So even though so that way, if I want to use this, and the reason why I do it this way is if I want to port this to another program in the future, SVGs are widely supported everywhere. You can just take them to the next place. And you have them for later. But I do have to go through all of, yes, I have to basically just go through all of these teeth. I have to repeat the same process with my eyes. My glasses are already there, and I just restretched them around. And basically, you just repeat this process until you get all of the stuff the way you want it to. And then when you mask, I believe this is what you hate this mask. Um, select both layers. Then we do mask. I believe it's set mask. Bam. There you go. So if I were to hide this image, oops. Where's the image that I dumped in? Yeah, it is this. Um, might not have done this. Face mask. Object. Mask. Set mask. This isn't working. But basically what you do is you basically set a mask so that the parts that are out of frame for the teeth don't show. The parts that are do. That's essentially what this actually this probably needs what? Select this one, select this one. Mask. I think it needs to be white because of the way. Anyone who has used masks in GIMP. So that way I just throw this behind and then it actually just is. Why did it merge them? Does it need to be a group? Group. But yeah, this is what you do. Just do this. Not gonna. I don't know if I should do. I'm actually kind of tired. What else? What else do I need to do? Download games. I need to re-download AI. I have set up Firefox again. That's gonna suck. Um, and yeah, there you go. That's a stream. You did it. You survived. Oh, freaking 3 hours of me. And this is what I do for art. I'm a crazy person. When I figure it out, I will. You'll when I figure it out, you'll see it. You'll know. I'm gonna keep trying. Yeah, there we go. That's what I wanted. But you have to do it at the end, basically. So like when I do it at the end, um, yes, you can do it, but you have to like do this mask unmask kind of deal, and it just doesn't work. And it's like, man, I wish this was like Photoshop where you could actually do that, but no, you can't. This is how it works. And then what I do is I just slap this behind the mouth layer. And then you can't see the clipping parts like that. And then bam, there you go. You have your that's how you do it. That's how you do art. The convoluted way on how I do art. It's probably something better in life. But I do right now. Oh, and yes, the next video will be about Firefox because I need to fix it and a lot has changed. I'd like to also discuss why you should never use any Firefox forks, like because all of them are help. Right? So I think I'm gonna end. I don't know how many people dare I get upset if you do. Okay? But I hope this is better than nothing. Hope everything fixed. All fixed. Yeah. Yo, this is how you rebuild a website after deleting it. Excuse myself while I go play Cookie Clicker, and would like to say thank you to everyone who gave. Glenn, who was in the chat, stopped by. Thank you, Glenn. Thank you for giving money. We'll watch VODs. Oh my gosh. YouTube, shut up. All right. So yeah. Thank you for stopping by. Thank you for supporting. Thank you for being here. Probably catch you all later when I'm not losing my freaking mind every time I do this. No, maybe. But now I know I can do it. Now I know I can live stream. Now I know. Right? That's the. Why does it? Why? Can't. Right? Yeah. So that's it. Yeah. So thank you for coming by. I'm gonna go probably work on art and go and do all of these things. But also maybe figure out how to get browser docs to work on. No, because browser docs don't work on Linux, right? Just because of how wacky. Okay. But thank you everyone who stopped by. I'm going to go and probably go make dinner. Catch you later. See you later, alligator. Okie dokie. That would actually trigger one of my coworkers. It's so sensitive about that.